Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is Kenpo Shield A and B. Kenpo Shield is for right or left punch. It doesn't matter which one they throw. The only difference it's going to make is your targeting, whether you punch down the center line or whether you punch the rib cage. Now also there's another difference, whether you step forward or back. A lot of students ask which one is right. Neither one is right and neither one is wrong. That's going to depend between you and your opponent. What's your range versus theirs? A smaller person steps forward, a bigger person may need to step back. It doesn't make any difference. The technique will work the same. We're going to do all of these stepping forward, but if you find that you're jammed up doing this, feel free to step back into the fighting stance to do the exact same motion. Now, for the A version, we're going to assume they're throwing right punches, but there again, it doesn't matter. It could have easily have been a left. We're going to step forward with our upwards block into our fighting stance. Right hand is in chamber. From here, we throw a reverse punch into hard bow as our left hand comes to check and back to fighting stance. Again, upwards block, reverse punch to hard bow, back to fighting stance. Okay, one last time. Upwards block, reverse to hard bow, punching somewhere down the center line. It doesn't matter. Solar plexus, groin, the face, and then back to your fighting stance. Now the B version is the what if. What if you step in and you don't have the room to throw a punch? Well, in this case, we're going to throw an inverted punch. Now, an inverted punch is just like a regular punch, except it doesn't roll over. The elbow never leaves the rib cage. And we're going to use our soft bow power pattern to develop the power versus a hard bow. So as we step in with our upwards block, we drive our hips up into a soft bow as we throw the inverted punch into the rib cage or solar plexus and back to fighting stance. Again, upwards block, hand goes to check, inverted punch. There again, just like a regular punch, except it doesn't leave the rib cage, and we're going to use our hips to drive up and into a soft bow and back. Okay, again, upwards, inverted, and back to fighting stance. Okay, from this angle, Kenpo Shield A, upwards block, hard bow, reverse punch, back to our fighting stance. Again, upwards, reverse punch, left hand in check, hard bow, and back to fighting stance. The B version, same setup, but remember we're too close to throw a reverse punch, so we're going to drive up with our hips and into a soft bow for an inverted punch with our right hand. Again, upwards, inverted, and back. And from this angle, left upwards into fighting stance, right reverse punch into hard bow, and back to stance. Again, upwards, reverse punch, back to fighting stance. Okay, the B variation, upwards, inverted into a soft bow, which stays pretty close to the body, and back to fighting stance. One last time, upwards, inverted, and back to fighting stance. And that's how you do Kenpo Shield A and B. Up, reverse punch into the body and rib cage, and keep the hand in check. Okay, the B version, this time we're in too close. I don't have the room to roll out, so I'm just going to drive. Drive these straight up. Okay, Kenpo Shield A for right punch. Upwards, reverse punch. Okay, again, upwards, reverse punch. The B version, upwards, driving those hips. Make sure you drive those hips up and into his body. Again, one, remember we're using B because we don't have the room for a full reverse punch. So we're just going to drive straight up into those rib cages.